When I was a kid, I used to love watching TV. One of the shows I used to watch was called The A-Team. And on The A-Team, there was always every episode some elaborate problem to solve that needed an equally elaborate plan to overcome. And at the end of every episode, they always won. They always solved their problem. And when they did, one of the main characters would always say, "I love it when a plan comes together." When it comes to business, success is no accident. It takes a plan. And one of the most important places that you need a plan is in your marketing. For a business to be successful, they need to be able to attract new leads. They need to be able to sell to those new opportunities. And they need to be able to wow those new customers. When it comes to attracting new leads, one of the most important things that you need to do is know who your target audience is. Know your target market. Many businesses have the idea that they want to sell to everyone. Everyone is our customer. The problem is that it's very expensive and nearly impossible to effectively market to every single person. What you need to do is target who your ideal customer is. Create a profile. Let's say that your business, you sell soap, and it's called the Paper Street Soap Company. The Paper Street Soap Company needs to know who their client is. Know how to get yourself in front of them. You want to know what kind of marketing that they do themselves. You want to know if they're part of any networking groups. You want to be able to know what kind of social media sites they might frequent. You want to know where they go to review products that they love. And when you know these things, you're able to get yourselves now in front of them. And when you do that, you want to try and get their information to create that new lead. And you do that with what we call lead magnets. A lead magnet is something that tells the customer that you want to give them something of value in exchange for their information. Now with Paper Street Soap Company, maybe that's a sample bar of soap. The important thing is that it's very easy to opt in and get that item. When it's like that, when it's easy to get that item, then they now have some sort of loyalty to what you're doing and some sort of interest. Usually an easy opt-in is a name, email, phone number. That's usually the best start. And once you get that information and you can create that new lead, now it's time to sell. But it's not time to offer yet. First you need to educate that customer with what it is that you do and how it overcomes whatever problem they're trying to solve. And that education process is achieved with meaningful interactions. Maybe it's interactions through Facebook and having exciting content that they're interested in. Maybe it's through offering them other information through an email now that you've gotten their email address. And as you watch your customer life cycle, as you see those customers make interactions, you're going to find out when most of those customers are now in a buying decision. It's really important that when it comes to offering your product, your sales process is in alignment with their buying process. If you offer too early, you look pushy. If you wait too long, you've missed the sale and they've gone somewhere else. And so you want to have a history and a track record and know when your past customers have bought and what interactions they've done to be ready to make that purchase. Once you notice what it takes, it's time to close. And closing needs to be easy. It needs to be simple so that when they're ready to make that process, nothing gets in their way. They've made the decision that Paper Street Soap is what they needed to get clean. Don't make it bogged down in process because they're going to get frustrated and they're going to leave. And now they're your customer. And that customer, you need to wow them. You need to make sure that they love you. And you do that by delivering and making them happy. One of the most important things to do is deliver more than what you promised. Not just to do what you said you're going to do, but to do even more. If the Paper Street Soap Company, that customer expects that product to be delivered in 2 weeks, get it there in a week. If they expect 3 to 5 days, get it there in 2. You want to make sure that whatever it is that they're expecting, you go above and beyond and wow them. Because now that you've wowed them, they love you for it. And now you can offer them more services. Maybe on the next order, you offer to throw in some exfoliating pads for this much more. And now you've got an opportunity to upsell. The other thing that you do when you wow these customers is you earn their loyalty. And as they have people that are interested or have the same problem they did, they can say, I had the same problem you did, and this is how I solved it with Paper Street Soap Company. They are the ones that helped me get clean. And when you do that, you want to make sure that you reward that customer's loyalty. You want to make sure they realize and put together the idea that when I help this company, I get rewarded and I feel appreciated. And there you've got it. You've now turned the cycle into something that's always going. You've taken your lead and you've nurtured them, you've targeted them, and now you've made an opportunity to sell, and you educated that person and to the point where you're able to offer, close, and now you've got a customer to wow. And that customer that you wowed got you a whole new lead, and that whole new lead starts that cycle all over again. You know, success, it's no accident. It takes a plan to be successful in business.